All right, we got another 3i Atlas story. This one is a little different than the ones we normally cover. Now, remote viewing has been something that has been discussed many times over, has really kind of caught fire a lot more, even with the reports that had come out, that there were official programs that did it. Well, there is a remote viewer out there by the name of Sebastian Martin who says that he has done a remote viewing on 3i Atlas. And what he found was extraordinary, if you believe the claims. So I'm going to play this clip from Sebastian Martin, and then we'll get into it. So check this out. Props to UAP Reporting Center for posting this.
Got direct information from that.
Okay.
And my take on that, I did just remote view the amount of people on board. I also remote viewed the technology was inside, the whole decks, the pods, the whole thing on the inside. So I can see they are using antimatter and fusion technology, and they also have pods housing less than 5 million direct reptilian soldiers inside. And so they are all dormant. They're not using space. They're not eating. They're not doing anything. They're just basically just waiting to be awakened. And they're all in pods.
You used the word soldier.
Yes.
That is a little unnerving.
Yeah, I mean, the Draco race is known to be fighting wars in genes. That's what they do. And at the same time, it's for their own safety, that they are trying to protect themselves. They don't know what's coming. They don't know who they're going to be facing. So that's why they keep those soldiers in that situation. They're not active. So when they travel through space, they just keep them in that state.
Oh, so it doesn't mean they're necessarily coming here with soldiers to attack.
That's correct. It doesn't mean that they're coming in to wake them up all and, to invade Earth. That's not the plan. I'm just saying that they are there just in case, because it is a mothership.
All right, Sebastian, big question. While you were remote viewing 3i Atlas, this comet, did you pick up on any type of agenda for why it's approaching Earth?
Yeah, but I don't think I want to talk about that. It's just, I believe that, yes, there is an agenda from the Dracos, but at the same time, for whatever I've seen moving forward, either way, humanity will prevail.
A lot of people don't know this. Did you know that there's an online cannabis company that ships federally legal THC? It's right to your door. They have found a way to combine THC with carefully selected functional ingredients to target nearly every mood and health concern you can think of. I am talking about Mood.com's incredible line of functional gummies, and you can get 20% off your first order at Mood.com. You got to use that promo code DTE. Whether that's Mind Magic gummies for deep work creativity, PMS support to erase cramps and balance mood swings, or their sexual euphoria gummies to help you feel ready for action and turn every touch into a full body experience. Everything ships right to your door discreetly. No dispensary lines, no awkward conversations, just better days and nights delivered to your doorstep. Best of all, not only is Mood product backed by a 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as I mentioned, listeners get 20% off their first order if you use that code DTE. Head on over to Mood.com, find the functional gummy that matches exactly what you're looking for, and let Mood help you discover your perfect mood. Don't forget to use the code DTE when you check out to save 20% of your first order. Mood. I told you it was a lot. So this is another one of those things where it's, you get remote viewing, which I am very intrigued by when you look at the reports and the things that have come out of remote viewing and how CIA was very much involved in it. And you hear Hal Puthoff's conversations about remote viewing and whether he was talking about it on Rogan or other places in general of what remote viewing actually was used for and was used for a lot. And the idea of what the mind is actually capable of and what certain technologies that we have that we don't know. I don't think it's far-fetched. And a lot of people, hear about remote viewing and those things, and they just automatically think science fiction and that they can't fathom it. So I can fathom it because, again, as I've said many times over, the idea of what quantum physics really can do and with time and space and what the mind can do, I don't think we have a fathom of an idea of what we're actually capable of. There's been many reports and conversations and government documents about remote viewers and the things that they've seen and the information that they've got. That's one thing. This is something completely different, right? So I was looking at 3i Atlas reports and stories today and going over some stuff, and NASA just doesn't even acknowledge that this could be anything except a comet. They said the comet that is coming towards us, that is 3I Atlas, they don't even entertain the idea that it's anything else. And then there's other people, and of course, like Avi Loeb and others who are not adamant that, I mean, there are some people who are adamant that it is not a comet, that it is something extraterrestrial or something else too. Avi Loeb is just saying that it's not moving traditionally like a regular comet or these other things, and that there's something that's making it move and look as if it's, deliberate in how it's moving. And so even with his percentage, I think he says something like 40%, 4 out of 10 was the number that he gave of whether or not it could be extraterrestrial or something else. So what Sebastian here is saying, So what Sebastian here is saying is something completely different. He's saying he not only is remote viewing and has seen that this is not a comet, that is indeed a mothership, that there's a reptilian race, and that they're here to, they're not necessarily coming here to invade, but they're on the ready. That's how big this thing is, that it's got millions of shoulders. That's the type of thing that already, I can see even people on this video, why are you covering something like this? This is science fiction, this is crazy, this hurts the movement. What I'm saying is that there's people out there in general that are talking about 3I Atlas and potentially capitalizing on the idea also that what Avi Loeb is saying, right? So if you get a remote viewer out there who is saying, well, I tell you exactly what I saw this. And by the way, if it just floats by, well, they were sleeping. They didn't want to wake. So they're still on there. They're just not showing themselves, And when you hear that, though, you kind of hope that is what happens. That this guy has to be like, hey, wait a minute. What happened? There's nobody there. And he's like, yeah, they're all sleeping. I don't want millions of, or how many, whatever he said, lizard soldiers running around the joint. But again, the bigger story is, what the hell is 3I Atlas? Still, we still don't really have an idea yet, right? As it's getting closer and closer, and there's still more reports on it. But the fear that I have, and I'm not saying that this guy is doing this, but the fear that I have in a situation like this is that when you have someone notable like an Avi Loeb talking about what this is, what it could be, then you're going to have other people going, well, I've been there. I had lunch with the key alien. I went to sleep. I woke up. I was there, and we had some lunch. I had good food. We were watching some movies on Amazon. They were able to stream it up there, and they have some ideas. I can't tell you what those ideas were, and that's the other thing that he said. You know what their true intent is? I can tell you, but I don't want to talk about that. You just told us that there's alien soldiers sleeping like in the Alien movies, sleeping in space. And you know the mission, but you can't tell us. That's when I'm going, I don't know if I can take you serious at that point. Because it's like, well, wait a minute. You just went into depth on this other stuff. But the thing that's actually really important as far as why are they coming, that one you don't want to tell us? You know everything else, but you won't tell us this? What's that all about? So, there's this, when you hear this story, to me, it's just another one of those things of like, we are going to get answers on this 3I Atlas eventually. Correct, right? It's either going to fly right past us, it's going to keep on going, or it isn't. And something else is going to happen. We're going, well, we should have listened to the guy from Harvard, or we should have listened to this guy. That one scares me more. If we're saying, well, we should have listened to that guy. This one is a harder pill for me to swallow. As I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video, very much so. believe in remote viewing and the idea of it and the process and the program and the things that they had worked on. Very much believe in that. Very much believe in the idea that the human brain is way more capable of what we're actually doing every day with our brains. That there's other things that we're capable of that we don't even know that we're capable of, and maybe evolution and other things that happen 100, 200, 300, 400 years from now will eventually change how the human being is. I mean, shit. I mean, look at this. Just this is stuff with the technology that we have now, integrated with that, and what we're able to do. Who the hell knows? But it's just it's harder for me to believe it. Now, if you want to play devil's advocate and say, okay, well, wait a minute. If the guy is right and he's able to remote view, and that these things, what does it do for the fate of the world? Well, it changes the world. It changes everything. It also makes you think right away, if this guy is able to see these things, well, how credible he is. Like, this is my thing. If he was super credible, as in like, yes, this guy is the most serious remote viewing guy, he wouldn't be talking here. He'd be talking with NASA, and we wouldn't know about it. So that's my thought process on it. Could be wrong. It's a crazy story nonetheless, so I wanted to talk about it here because I think the more important thing is, and as I am very fascinated with 3i Atlas. So what do you guys make of this story in general? Do you think, hey, don't turn your nose up at this, man? This could be something really serious. We don't know. What do you make of 3i Atlas in general? I think that's the more important question. So put your thoughts in there. Let me know. And thanks for being here, as always. All right, bye. You know, as you get older, you go, man, it's not as easy as it used to be. And there's a lot of different things. For me, it's the gym. I have energy, but I don't know the energy I did when I was younger. And you got to keep up with your diet. And you're like, hey, I've been doing so good with my diet and everything. I'm still kind of not getting those results that I want. And you can crash out real quick and your energy kind of falls. And you're like, what is going on? Man, you know, 35 years old. You're going, wait, what's going on? You know, doctors will say that TRT, yeah, it's easy, man. Just come on in. Weekly shots, rest of your life. Cool. And you really, if you look into it, you say, oh, this is what I'm signing up for. It's basically, I think it's like $3,000 a year. And you shut down your body's natural production like forever. That's it. That's scary as hell. So what if you want to have kids? How about that? Mars Men came to me. And I think it's better than TRT, to be honest. It gives you the same benefits of optimized testosterone. There's energy, there's strength, there's focus, and it doesn't shut your body down. There's no synthetics, there's no needles, no dependency. It's crazy. It's like hitting the reset button on your hormone factory instead of just shutting it all down. So it's great because the shots, not for me. I finally found something that gives me benefits without the scary long-term stuff. So I feel great. A lot of energy now. It helps at the gym tremendously, and more weight, better focus. For me, it's a steady drives all day. It's not the quick spike you get from like coffee or injections. It's made in the USA and it's third-party tested. It is also, which is great, there's a 90-day money-back guarantee. There's no risk. And the worst case is if you don't actually really love it, you say, this isn't working. You get your money back. But over 91% of users report high energy levels. That's thousands of guys that are feeling incredible results. You can check out the reviews, by the way, if you want to just go to the website. There you go. Now, for a limited time, our listeners will get 60% off for life and 2 free gifts, but you got to use that code DTE at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com. You got to use that code DTE at checkout. After your purchase, they're going to say, hey, where'd you hear about us? Please support DTE and tell them that we sent you.